What's up and welcome back to a new video on AMTV. Disaster has struck.
Again. Number 3.
Lockdown level 5 3.0 is happening, and today me and Hannah are here and we're going to give you some recommendations for things to watch over the lockdown when you're sitting at home, bored out of your tree, not knowing what to do. You may have watched some of them before, you may not have. We're going to tell you kind of an overview of them. We're not going to try and ruin anything, hopefully, fingers crossed.
We'll see.
And we'll give you a rating of them out of 5. But as always, make sure you like and subscribe down below so you are kept up to date with videos. Welcome to a new video. So I can learn how to Okay, so the first one we're going to get into is how to get away with murder. The best way to describe this one is kind of like an action slash drama sort of. A bit of crime. Yeah, crime. A
bit of romance. There is a bit of everything in it.
There is a bit of everything. There's an odd bit of comedy, but it's mainly a serious show.
Yeah.
To give you a kind of a overview of it, it's this group of kids are This group of kids are going to college to be lawyers, and their lecturer brings them in to be a select group.
And it's a select 5. I think she selects 5 from the classroom to work with her. And
from there, stuff hits the fan, and you find out how to get away with murder.
Pretty much.
But it's a good series. I think it's 6, 7, 6 or 7 maybe.
5, isn't it?
Oh, maybe
5 seasons, I think.
You don't even notice it going past, though. It is quite quick. It starts off as a cliffhanger at the start of every bloody episode, and
there's a lot of kind of back and forth time wise. Like
so the
3 months ago,
the series usually starts off with what happens coming to the end of the series, and then you find out how to get to that position. It's actually a really good series. I would recommend it. I really liked it. I would give it, say, 4.5 out of 5 if you're asking me.
I would probably give it a 4.
Yeah. So it is quite good. It's well worth the watch if you're looking for a series.
The plus side now is all the seasons are on Netflix.
Yeah, they're all on Netflix now.
Whereas when we were watching it, you had to wait.
Yeah, they're all on Sky. Yeah, and especially because it was on in America, the spoilers and trying to avoid them and all. But yeah, it is a good series if you're looking for something crime related. It's a good series to watch. Yeah. Would you recommend it?
I would recommend.
Next one we have. Oh, actually, we should say that it's Netflix, but you will get it on Sky.
Oh yeah.
You will get it on Sky, and I would say you'll find it somewhere else online as well.
All the streaming kind of services would have it.
Most of them seem to have it. It's a popular enough show. The next one then is How I Met Your Mother. This is one that we've only really started.
I don't actually even know what season we're on.
I think we're on season 2, so we've a lot to go to find out how we actually met their mother. But it is light-hearted, but there's a good storyline to it if you haven't seen it.
It's one of those ones you can kind of put on and watch, or you can kind of just have it on in the background, but still kind of pay attention to it.
Yeah, you don't need to be watching every detail of it. On the other hand, it'll give you a good few laughs as well. It's kind of light-hearted, enjoyable. What would you give it out of 5 at the minute? I know we're not deep enough into it.
Probably a 3. I like it.
Yeah, I like it too. I would say I'd be between a 3 and a 4 so far. I'm not going to say it's the best series ever, because I can't say that. But it's very good. Well worth a watch. It's available on Netflix and general. So if you're looking for something kind of light-hearted, funny, it's a very good one to watch. Next series is The Big Bang Theory.
Our whole universe is in a hot state. Very good.
Very good.
I loved it.
It's
funny.
It's such a weird. It's like every friend.
It's like. But they're all really nerdy.
Yeah, they're all really smart, but there's always one friend who's like
weird.
Yeah. So,
Sheldon Cooper.
but yeah, it is. If you haven't seen it, it's well worth watching. If you watch, you'll get the gist of it after a couple of episodes. Basically, a group of friends that are all scientists, but one is an absolute social idiot. Is the best way to describe him.
Pretty much.
And he has no understanding of how to deal with people.
Awkward as
yeah.
well.
So it follows them through their life basically of being in this. Is it what college are they at?
Not MIT.
It's
I don't know. They're
Caltech.
Caltech or something
Caltech,
like that.
I think it is. But yeah, it is. It's a very good series. I would give it a 4 out of 5.
I'd give it a 4.5 out of 5. I don't know why I didn't think you would enjoy it as much as you did.
But no, I really enjoyed it. It's a good series.
Top class.
It's a very, very good series. So if you're looking for something that has humour in it, and also is kind of, how would you say, it's kind of like fan sort of.
Fan fiction, kind of like
Yeah,
like comic, like they go to Comic
There's
Con
a lot.
and like
There's a lot of relation between
like
superheroes
Star
and stuff.
Wars and stuff like that. Like I'm pretty sure, what's his name?
Leonard Nimoy comes into it a couple of times.
And who else? Oh my god, your man. Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
Plays Luke Skywalker. Like he comes into it
So
as an important part. But there is a few plot twists in it as well. Like it's not just
all fair sailing.
like there's a lot of shocks in it.
Yeah, there's a lot of surprises. Anyway, so we'd recommend that one.
We would.
4 out of 5 for me, 4.5 out of 5 for you. The next one is one that Hannah didn't watch with me, but I had to put it in because I loved it. It's so lighthearted and so funny. Brooklyn Nine-Nine. If anybody out there has
From
watched
what I've seen,
it's so funny.
it was very lighthearted.
It's so lighthearted.
Like silly humour, but you like that.
There is storyline to it, and the storyline is actually quite good if you're following it the whole way through, if you watch it episode by episode. But on the other hand, if you're not watching every episode in order, you can just drop into any episode and you'll understand what's going on.
Yeah, like any of the ones that you had on, when I would come in, I'd be like, oh okay. Like you don't need, like you can kind of.
You don't need to be following
drop in at any point.
Yeah, but it's real lighthearted. Terry Crews is in it. He's kind of like the sergeant, but he's not the head. He's not the main fella, because the main fella is kind of like Sheldon Cooper, because he's just so socially awkward. It's just such a funny series. I really enjoyed it. I would actually watch it again. I'm going to give it 5 out of 5. I enjoyed it that much.
Oh my goodness.
I enjoyed it that much. I thought about restarting it because of this next lockdown, and I probably will restart it because I'm sure there's jokes I missed. But yeah, 5 out of 5. Hannah's not going to grade this one because she hasn't watched it. But if you're looking for something that's lighthearted, which seems to be a theme coming through them all, Brooklyn Nine-Nine is such a good show. It's a detective show, and it's about these group of detectives and how they solve these cases.
It's based in New York.
Yeah, it's the 99th precinct is why. So it's
I
Brooklyn
get
Nine-Nine. But yeah, top. I think it's brilliant. I would recommend it for anyone who's thinking of a series that they need to watch. So yeah, 5 out of 5 from me. Hannah's not giving it a grade. Watch it. Give it a chance. It's so good. The next one we have on our list is one that started off on Sky. It's now made its way onto Netflix. Modern Family.
We're still not finished it.
We're still not finished it, but we're getting well into the later series. I think it's class. It's funny, but there's
so many
good
different
teams and different stories,
storylines in it.
There's different threads in it, and you're kind of watching how the family interlinks, and it's like a family. It's like a family. I know that's the setup of the show and the premise of the show, but it shows how like other people have different stuff going on, and
how they all come together. And
yeah,
it's not always perfect when they all get together. Like there's arguments and stuff, but at the end of the day, they're all still there for each other.
And it's actually realistic as well, where like if there's like a family get together, you can see that one of the parts of the family doesn't want to go, the other part of the family doesn't want to go, and then they have the discussion, and then when they get there they're all trying to pretend like, oh yeah, let's have a great time, and then all of a sudden then they actually all realise that actually none of them wanted to go to this thing, but they all didn't want to back out.
Yeah.
So it's a good series. You'll find it very relatable, is how I would best describe it.
Yeah. Very.
It's very relatable. But obviously I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. I don't think it's as funny as any of the other series, but I think it's a lot more relatable, so that's why I'm grading it as a 4 out of 5.
I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. Like, it's not, how do I put it? It is one of those ones you can kind of have on in the background that you don't need to pay too much attention to it, but it's still good and it's still relatable and it's still enjoyable to watch.
Yeah,
but, like, you
pick up on a lot.
I wouldn't want to like binge watch it. Do you know what I mean? Like, at the end of every episode, I'm not like, right, I need to watch the next one.
Yeah, it doesn't hold you.
There's other programs where I'd be like, right, next one. Like,
yeah,
straight away. You'd binge it in like 2 days.
And the final one that we have for like general TV shows is an old one.
Classic.
A classic one. And I'm sure nearly everybody is watching this video has seen it. But go back and rewatch it. Myself and Hannah went and rewatched it all. Class. It's actually just as funny now as it was.
If not funnier, because I know when I was watching it with the likes of my brother and my sister, a lot of the jokes I didn't get.
Yeah.
Because I was slightly younger. Whereas rewatching it, I'm like, I know what that means now.
But it's Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Based in, I think it's mid-90s to coming up to the noughties. But yeah, such a funny show. Will Smith in his prime, just as Alfonso Ribeiro.
Like, it's everybody in the world, I don't care how old or how young you are, knows the theme song of that program. Like,
just look at Ridley's on a Saturday. Well,
it's so
not catchy. This year, but last year. But yeah, it's well worth going back to rewatch, because
really
you will pick up on the stuff that you may have missed, or obviously it's just been so much longer since you've watched it. You'll remember certain parts of episodes, like I did, but you'll actually understand the entire show, and you'll actually follow the storylines if you watch it in chronological order. But yeah, I'm going to give it actually a 4 out of 5 again. That's a tough one for you, Hannah.
Yeah, I'd probably give it a 5 out of 5.
Oh, you're like
yeah, I really do. It's one of those things when you're rewatching it, like, it's just a childhood memory, which I like. So 5 out of 5.
So there you go. There's 6 series we're after giving you.
All either on Netflix or Sky or Now TV or Prime, all the streaming services, all that you can dream of.
So you're well worth watching. We'll have more videos coming up. We'll give you some movies, and we'll give you a Disney Plus TV shows and movies to watch as well. But until next time, make sure you subscribe so that you are kept up to date with the videos when they're being released, and also follow the Facebook page AMTV Unofficial. Until next time,
bye.